Your enjoyment with Dragon Age the Veilguard's combat system, I think, depends a lot on the class you pick. Frankly, the warrior class is like really solid in the early game. Late game gets boring as hell. When we played it at the preview event, I had time to test out a late game mage. I got time to test out a late game warrior and a late game rogue. And frankly, a lot of them did not scale the same way. Like warrior got super boring as the game went on. Mage was actually really good in the late game and much more interesting, but only in the late game. Mage early on, like when you're seeing combat right here, is actually one of the weaker offerings and isn't particularly fun or compelling, but it's at the late game where it scales way better than the other classes. Rogue, I would say, is like the safest and easiest bet. It's just going to be solid throughout, but Warrior, I think, is going to get real stale after like the 10 to 15 hour mark, it seems. So I think you do need to be very intentional with which class you choose.